And I fundamentally believe that much of the unrest, the civil unrest, and ultimately this divide in this country is driven by the fact that de-dollarization, because of excess government spending, ultimately leads a majority of people in this country to feeling oppressed and left behind because they're seeing a few people in the country accelerate their net worth, like all of us here, and there's no way for them to catch up because they don't actually own assets. So I'll be honest with you guys and make a confession. I was at the gym this morning on the treadmill.
You were at the gym?
Yeah. And while I was there, I was actually thinking about the wealth tax stuff that's going on in California. And I wonder if it may be an inevitability in order to keep the United States from going into civil war. I mean that very wholeheartedly. Like, I just don't know if there's a way of solving this fiscal problem without a functional redistribution of wealth. And the question is, can you do it violently or non-violently? And if there's a non-violent path, I think that's probably the preferable path.
Do you ever think about violently picking up some of those weights?
We can leave that in.
That little deflection there at the end, he's not trying to redistribute shit. Listen, the dinosaurs know that the asteroid's coming. They have to start paying their share of taxes. Like, this country is not going to be able to function if everyone isn't paying taxes. They keep getting away with it, and people keep sucking up to them, saying, hey, if we tax them, they're not going to be able to generate the same amount of money for us. You're not getting any of the money that they're already getting, though. So that doesn't make sense.
I don't want to do this! I don't want to pay my car insurance! I don't want car insurance! I don't want to give you my new driver's license! I don't want to fucking do that! But I have to! In order to be alive, you have to pay 20 different people $200!
Don't send any money for daycare because the United States can't take care of daycare.
Averaging $4 a gallon nationwide. That is something we haven't experienced in 4 years. Up $1 a gallon.
I don't want to do any of this. I didn't ask to do any of this at all. I didn't ask for it. I didn't even ask to be fucking alive.
Your use of AI is killing the planet. Asking ChatGPT to write one email is the equivalent of pouring out an entire water bottle.
Really humiliating. Get a job, bum. And I said, wait a minute, I'm not a bum, I'm a human being. And it's hard.
The cracks are beginning to show. The abundant greed in this country sickens me. My life is not a subscription, and I'm not going to pay for the rest of my life for some billionaire to go sit on an island somewhere and do you know what.
Why is gas $5 a gallon? And like, why do I have to pay rent? And why is rent so high? And why do I have to drive my car and get the gas that I have to get to go to the job that I have to pay for rent? Why do I have to do all of that stuff? And why are you making it so fucking expensive to do it? I don't even want to get out and pump my gas. It feels like getting out and just knowing someone's gonna fucking stab you. Why would you get out? This is beginning. This is the beginning of life. What am I supposed to do forever? I have to get a fucking horse.
Hey, times are hard, man. The next couple of uploads that I do, I'm going to be giving some tips to help people save money because right now we're at a point where it feels like at every level of authority, they don't have the American people's best interests at heart. You got to save your own money. You got to make your own money.
And people living in poverty are just not very, they're not very experienced at navigating the real world, right? I remember talking to one young lady who said, well, I don't really know how money works at a grocery store because she grew up and has lived all of her adult life using SNAP cards to buy groceries. And so you literally have to teach people how to budget. If this the buzzword today, let's face it, it's affordability, right?
This dude made me sick. There's so much to unpack here. Our country revolves around weaponized stupidity. There's a reason why personal finance is an elective in high school. Come on, man. This man is so disingenuous. He's trying to say that we don't have an affordability problem. We have a budgeting problem. Anyone with eyes can see that the price of everything exploded in 2020. Gas is higher than it's been in the past, 5 years? Cars are $50,000. Homes are $500,000. Grocery is higher than they've been in the past 20 years. And you're going to sit there and tell me it's not affordability. I need to budget better. Not to even mention the fact that wages haven't gone up at the federal level since 2009? It's a joke.
What if we made people pay us for using their own money? Yeah, look, they work all year, and we take a third of that shit for no reason. On God, it's genius, on God. We can have people hire people to have to tell them what the fuck is even going on. And they're still not gonna know. Because we can really tax these niggas on everything if you think about it. You make money, tax. You spend money, tax. You save money, tax. You fucking die, nigga, tax. Who gives a fuck? It's genius. We can make broke people pay the most. You bought a car, tax. You drive the car, tax. You park the car, tax. Everything. Oh, you bought a house? That's crazy. Pay me forever. Oh, you just made some bread? That's crazy. Give me some. It's not stealing if we give them a receipt. We'll call it tax, but it's really just a subscription to society.
It's crazy. People are finally starting to wake up and say, how about no? They're going to buy a property in a country where you don't have to pay property taxes. They're just not going to work so they don't have to pay the government. They're going to collect benefits. They're going to do everything in their power to not be a part of the system that's been oppressing them for all this time. They can only continue to push the working class so far. And now I'm hearing rumblings that the age of retirement is going to get raised to 70. Yeah, let's see how that works out.